In the headlines, federal government links Owo church attack to ISWAP. Angry youths set motorcycles ablaze after bike accident kills one in Lagos. Tinubu campaign organization allays fears on health challenges. Away from Nigeria, 7th missing miner found dead in Burkina Faso mine months after flooding. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. The federal government has linked the fighters of the Islamic State of West Africa province to the attack on a Catholic church in Owo, Ondo State. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, disclosed this on Thursday while briefing State House reporters after a meeting of the National Security Council presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. He said the government had been able to locate the perpetrators of the Owo attack and zeroed in on ISWAP terrorist group. The minister, who briefed alongside Inspector General of Police Alkali Baba Usman, said security agencies had been directed to go after the perpetrators of the act and bring them to justice.
Are detected as the perpetrator. Yeah, of course, the usual practice was for them to own up to it, but it was a cowardly act. They couldn't own up to it. And we are very close to getting them. That bit I didn't have. And I can't say more than that now. Yes, let us all mobilize Nigerians to know that there is no ethnic agenda here. There is no religious agenda here. Pure, cowardly criminals are involved in this to precipitate crisis that will suit their own fancy and objective. So let us all mobilize ourselves to, one, defeat the effort to pitch us against ourselves.
We are on the matter, and the matter will be looked into, both in terms of looking at whatever angle that will bring fruitful results to it. It can be ISWAP, it can be any other thing. It is an act of terrorism that can be seen from all angles. The Honorable Minister said ISWAP. ISWAP is just a suspicion. He said it is suspicion. There is a lot high suspicion that it is an act of the ISWAP. That does not mean we are drawing it to ISWAP activity. It can be an act of terrorism that can be done by BH, that can be done by any terrorist organization or body.
Meanwhile, police in Ondo State deny report on attacks on Hausa community in Sabo area of the state. A statement signed by the police spokesman, Odunlami Fumilayo, said that there was no reprisal attack on the Hausa community at Sabo area in Ondo town or any part of the state. The statement explained that what happened on Tuesday, June 7th, was an attempted robbery on a J5 vehicle with plate number MKA 469YJ carrying onions and potatoes coming from Zaria heading to Ore, which had a stopover at Ondo town but was attacked by gunmen. The statement said that the robbers shot the driver while the motorboy escaped with bullet injury. A motorcyclist and a passerby were also hit by stray bullets. The police insist that the victims involved in the failed robbery are from Yoruba, Igbo, and Northern extraction. Sarakin Hausawa of Ondo State, Abdulsalam Yusuf, has however told Daily Trust that 5 people were killed in Sabo, an area predominantly occupied by Northerners, when the gunmen struck. Death toll in the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State has risen to 40, with 26 survivors discharged from hospitals days after the incident. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State disclosed this when he hosted a team of Catholic bishops from the southwest led by Most Reverend Leke Abegunrin on Wednesday. A statement issued by the governor's chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde, quoted Akeredolu as saying that the latest figure followed an update from the medical team led by the Commissioner for Health. According to the Ondo leader, the new figure followed the harmonization of reports from the various hospitals, including the private ones, urging people to disregard earlier figures. He also disclosed that the government is accepting donations from individuals and groups who want to help the families of the victims, adding that the move became imperative following a series of calls from several quarters. The Nigerian Bar Association has expressed worry over the rising cases of insecurity and killing of innocent Nigerians across the country. The NBA president, Olumide Akpata, made the statement in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, during the meeting of the National Executive Council of the association, where he stressed the need for Nigerians to hold government accountable for failure to protect their lives and properties. He noted that the recent killings of worshippers at a Catholic church in Owo, Ondo State, is worrisome. Government at all levels, he added, should step up and find solutions to the incessant killings in the country. A minute silence was observed for the repose of the souls of the dead across the country.
The life of every Nigerian is equally precious, and the sooner that the government of the day realizes this and takes decisive action to protect and safeguard the lives of our people, the more likely it is that terrorists will not be deterred from attacking Nigerians. I must state without equivocation that notwithstanding one's religion or ethnicity, there are certain standards which we must all subscribe to. The first of these is that of the sanctity of life. The furore caused by the arbitrary killing which threw the entire nation into shock and disbelief had barely died down when we received news that gunmen had all gone ahead to kill at least 12 people, including a pregnant woman and her 4 children, in a community in Anambra State. There is a Daily Trust newspaper report that claims that 121 Nigerians have been killed in 11 attacks in the last 5 months in Birnin Gwari alone. There could be no better illustration of the failure of security than this. Above all, the nation was horrified by the shocking news of the killing of worshippers in a Catholic church in Owo, Ondo State, by armed gunmen on Sunday the 5th of June 2022 during Mass. Governments at all levels to task to ensure that they step up and carry out their primary responsibility, which is to safeguard the lives and properties of Nigerians. This is all the more imperative as we approach another election season that characteristically witnesses a spike in insecurity challenges.
Youths at Jakonde Estate, Isolo, on Thursday set ablaze over 20 commercial motorcycles, popularly known as Okada, after an accident involving an Okada man left one person dead. According to an eyewitness, the incident occurred after a rider plying a one-way route reportedly knocked down a pedestrian who died immediately. In retaliation, youths in the area hijacked motorcycles inside and set them on fire. While reacting to the incident, the Lagos State Police spokesman, Benjamin Hundeyin, said that the divisional police officer in the area, Folarunsho Gabriel, responded to the emergency immediately, rescuing the suspect from the mob attack and evacuating the corpse from the scene. Normalcy has returned to the area as security operatives are on the ground to forestall further mob action. Nigeria is set to celebrate June 12 Democracy Day despite challenges associated with democratic governance in the country. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed confirms the development at a press conference in Abuja to mark the beginning of the celebration of the nation's democratic journey. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that Nigeria has had over 30 years of civilian governments spread across 4 democratic dispensations, with the current one lasting for over 22 years.
Nigeria has had over 30 years of civilian governments spread across 4 democratic dispensations, with the current one lasting for over 22 years. There have been series of democratic transitions from elected government to another, but Nigerians say there is little or nothing to show for it.
It's the politics that brought Nigeria to this extent that does not make Nigeria look so scattered now.
If the National Assembly, they are there, and they couldn't discuss.
Insecurity, if there is insecurity in a country, the economy will surely go down.
Times are hard and there is no employment. Things have increased and increased and increased, and they are not increasing salary.
Those in power, however, have different opinion. To them, despite these challenges, the nation has a cause to celebrate.
As to whether we have a right to celebrate Democracy Day, because according to someone, democracy does not bring the food on the table. I don't think whether military will bring food on the table, military or oppression. But I think I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I'm proud to be here today to celebrate Democracy Day. And I'm proud of my president that had the courage to declare June 12 Democracy Day.
Mohammed enumerates the plan to roll out the drums.
The following programs have been scheduled to celebrate the 2022 Democracy Day. A, this press conference, which actually officially starts the program of the activities. B, a public lecture is scheduled to hold tomorrow, Friday, 10th June, at the National Mosque here in Abuja at 10 a.m. C, this will be followed on the same day and the same venue by a Jumat service at the same, at noon. On Sunday, June 12th, there will be a church service at the National Christian Center at 3 p.m.
Nigeria's Democracy Day was until recently celebrated on the 29th of May. President Muhammadu Buhari administration changed the day to honor the winner of the June 12 presidential election, led Moshood Kashimawo Abiola. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And on political matters, spokesman of Bola Tinubu campaign organization, Bayo Onanuga, has allayed fears of Nigerians on state of health of the former Lagos State governor. A video has gone viral showing hands of the APC presidential candidate shaking while reading acceptance speech at the just concluded National Convention. Speaking on Trust TV political program, Onanuga said that the candidate moved around the country to canvass for votes, suggesting that health is not a challenge for him.
That point has been debunked. Incidentally, his opponent, the major political party, that's PDP, Atiku Abubakar, is older in age. He's older, and Tinubu has also proven that, contrary to what people think, that it seems valid or whatever, he's able to move around the country to visit so many states, to canvass for votes and everything, and that has shown that it's not really, the health issue is not really a big problem. The problem he has is with, I think he did a knee surgery, so that knee surgery needs a lot of physiotherapy and so on for him to regain the normal use of his leg. So I'm sure after this, now that the primary is gone, I'm sure he will go for real physiotherapy. I've done something like that before. It took some months before you can ever get it back.
Now, in continuation of our series on the profiles of presidential flag bearers of political parties for the 2023 election, we shift attention to Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Abdulateef Kola Abiola of the People's Redemption Party, PRP, and Prince Adebayo Adewole of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Nana Mohammed, who has been profiling these candidates, tells us more.
For the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is the candidate of the party. He was born on 21st October 1956. He was the governor of Kano State from 1999 to 2003 and 2011 to 2015. After he lost his re-election in 2003, he was appointed the first Minister of Defense of the Fourth Republic with no prior military background from 2003 to 2007 under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. He was later elected to the Senate in 2015, serving one term under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and represented Kano Central Senatorial District. Kwankwaso unsuccessfully contested the presidential primaries nomination under the opposition All Progressives Congress but lost to Muhammadu Buhari. In 2018, he returned to People's Democratic Party, PDP, and contested the presidential primaries where he lost to Atiku Abubakar. Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso is the presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, and the leader of the party he founded after dumping the PDP to pursue his 2023 presidential ambitions. Abdulateef Kola Abiola is the presidential flag bearer of the People's Redemption Party, PRP. Kola Abiola was born on the 1st of July 1962. He hails from Ogun, southwest Nigeria. Not much information is known about Kola Abiola aside from his family of MK Abiola, who won the June 12, 1993 presidential election. He now flies the flag of the People's Redemption Party, PRP. Prince Adebayo Adewale has emerged the presidential flag bearer of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, for the 2023 Nigerian presidential election. Adewale Adebayo was born on the 8th January 1972 from Ondo, southwest Nigeria. He is a Nigerian lawyer and founder of Kaftan TV. Adebayo was a public affairs commentator who provided advice on national issues. He participated in Nigerian politics as a member of the Third Force. On January 15, 2002, Adewale Adebayo declared his intention to run for the office of the Nigerian president. As election day draws nearer, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the NNPP, Abdulateef Kola Abiola of PRP, and Adebayo Adewale of the SDP are contesting in the 2023 Nigerian presidential election. Nan Muhammad, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. Groups mark World Ocean Day with cleaning exercise. Details and more after the break. Join us again. Thanks for staying. Here's a reminder of our top stories again. Federal government links our church attack to ISWAP. Angry youths set motorcycles ablaze after bike accident kills one in Lagos. Now elsewhere, the new Vice-Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Professor Simeon Bamire, has appealed to the federal government to intensify dialogue with the Academic Staff Union of Universities in order to end the ongoing ASUU strike. He urged federal government to provide adequate funding for education, saying that universities need funds to be able to function optimally. Speaking with Trust TV's Hamid Oyebade after his inauguration as the 12th substantive OAU Vice-Chancellor, Bamire advised students to use the period of the strike to learn vocational skills that will add value to them. Chairman of ASUU OAU chapter, Adiola Egbe Dokun, urged the new Vice-Chancellor to make the university better than he met it.
By God's grace, as we're still negotiating, and I believe that, there's nothing that goes out of dialogue. I believe that at the end of the day, it will come up well. Students should try as much as possible to be patient, but at the same time, try to learn skills. There are so many skills online that they can learn from. We have, I have some students that have actually grown up as a result of this, really, in data analysis, in leadership skills, and all those, and that is like adding value. Students are not supposed to come back to university, remaining the same. They should come with value addition, and that will help a lot. That ASUU should be given the opportunity to enhance the facilities within the system. And in enhancing the facilities within the system requires that adequate fund is provided for education. Simple.
Members of the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers and some schools in the FCT have carried out a cleaning exercise at the Usman Dam in Wari Area Council, Abuja, to promote a healthy environment. NIEE's chairperson, Linda Elesa, who supervised the exercise, said that it was to ensure a safe environment in the FCT. Elesa said that the cleanup exercise was to commemorate this year's World Ocean Day with the theme, Revitalization, Collective Action for the Ocean. David Chijogu, an SS2 student of Government Day Secondary School, Dutse Alaji, who spoke on behalf of the other schools, said that the program had exposed them to better ways of keeping the environment clean.
I feel very excited. I'm so happy that that activity was done because it is one of the key action points that was slated for this program, ocean cleanups. But we don't have oceans around here. So we went to the water body that is available. And FCT Water Board obliged us the Lower Usuma Dam. And you could see that there were a lot of plastics around there, not purposely put there by people, but brought in by wind and other weather forces. And if care is not taken, if they are not taken away from those locations, they will surely pollute that water. They will drop into that water. They may not enter in directly into our treatment plant, but they can flow into the streams, and from the streams it will flow down into the oceans, thereby causing ocean pollution at the end of the day. Please let us try to dissuade from that habit of dumping waste into the water body. It is very bad, and we should try to clean up around us and ensure that our environment is neat so that we will not pollute the water bodies that will in turn pollute our oceans.
We just finished picking up dirties from the dam, and it was nice making us to understand how to keep ourselves clean and the environment.
Daily Trust Foundation has flagged off the training of over 20 journalists in Kano on budget tracking and investigation of public expenditure. Idris Jibrin reports that the exercise is expected to last for 3 days.
Drawn from the northwest region of Nigeria, this 3-day regional training of the Daily Trust Foundation is expected to expose participating media practitioners on budget tracking and investigating public expenditure across their respective places of primary assignments.
Program facilitators that we have lined up would educate journalists who ask which realm of the estate are you? Fourth. When you are educated, the general public or majority of the general public would be educated.
According to Kano State Government, the training of journalists on budget tracking and public expenditure could not have come at a better time than now, when the state is so much interested in seeing professional journalism practice across the country.
The choice of the theme of the workshop, I must say, is very timely, considering the unfortunate situation we find ourselves today in this country, where almost everything don't seem to be working as it should, just for the simple reason that some people somewhere for quite some time have not been doing the right thing.
Meanwhile, participants believe that the training will in no doubt assist them in discharging their duties of holding government and other public officials accountable.
In budget tracking, it's a big thing as far as Nigeria is concerned. Most government of these days, they hardly allowed the citizens to know about the level of implementation of budget in terms of development and in terms of the financial aspect of it. But when journalists are now equipped, people like me and you are now fully equipped, and we are able to lay down our hands on this vital information, I think it will be a great deal for the citizens of this country.
A situation whereby you have a document that is over 3,000 pages, and with a lot of figures are things that journalists ordinarily, because we are not science students, so ordinarily we run away from. But this training is going to, I hope the training is going to really expose us to how to convert those bulky documents and the data into simple language that we ourselves can understand and make the general public to also understand.
In the next 3 days, participants will be expected to fully understand how best to track budget and investigate public expenditures. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
And away from Nigeria, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday called for Russia to be expelled from the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization, blaming Moscow for spurring the global grain crisis by invading his country. Zelensky told delegates at a Paris meeting of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, via video link that there can't be any discussion on prolonging Russia's membership in FAO. Active in 130 countries worldwide, the FAO's mission is to achieve food security for all. Ukraine's Black Sea ports usually export millions of tons of grain each year, but have been blocked since Moscow's late February invasion, along with Western sanctions on Russia, which prevent Moscow selling much of its grain abroad. The blockade has sent food prices soaring and triggered warnings of famine in the Middle East and Africa. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Connect with us via all social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.